podcast is live.
It's live.
Are we
It's
live?
alive.
We have power. But
More power. Oh, logo's flickering. Oh, there
No,
we
that
go.
was me.
Oh,
Oh.
we're live on Facebook.
Okay,
Whoop, whoop, and on YouTube.
there we go. We're good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess welcome everyone to Nerd News Happy Hour Holiday Special.
Welcome to Nerd News Happy Hour, the only podcast and live streams that gives you the facts. We are so totally all over the place tonight. Welcome. Happy holidays, everybody.
Yes. You know what? Honestly, I think it's because the holidays, they screw everybody up. I mean, it's just a hot mess, especially because of COVID. So,
Mm-hmm. It's all good. Whether you celebrate it virtually or in person,
exactly.
hey, it's the holiday season.
Tis the season.
To be jolly.
Fa la 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 la
Fa la
la.
la 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 la
La
la.
la la
So how was your holidays?
la. Pretty good. Pretty mellow. Didn't do anything. Stayed home. The hubs and the cat.
With the googly eye.
With the googly.
Yeah, he
I
kept
stayed
an eye on
home.
things.
There you go. I stayed home yesterday, went out Christmas Eve to Brooklyn. So, yeah, that was fun.
Hey, the entertainment nerd. This is Merry Late
Hey.
Xmas. What up?
What's up, entertainment nerd?
Thanks
What's
for-
up, man?
I had a
Thanks for
pretty-
joining the stream.
Yeah. Ugh.
had a pretty good
Yeah, how was yours?
it was
Drunk as well.
Doing good, drunk as fuck, but good. Oh, well, there you go.
There you
Nice.
go. Entertainment nerd.
nice.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up from your fellow nerds.
That's right.
You got anything good? I'm
Yeah,
talking
what-
to the entertainment nerd.
Yeah, entertainment nerd. What you get good for Christmas? Anything good?
Ooh, tell us.
Yes. What you get?
Ooh.
Well, while we're waiting for him to say, Ernie, what you get?
Hold on, I'll show you.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Gift cards only? Only gift cards?
Yeah,
$100
but
gift
about
cards?
$400 worth of gift cards. Dang.
Wow.
Damn. Can I get
Crazy.
can
Right?
can I have it? Can I
That's almost enough money to buy a PS5. Well, actually, the digital version. There you go. The digital, at least.
Digital version. There you go.
There you go.
Damn, kid.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah,
you're
that's a
sharing.
good haul. Yeah, right? So,
I
Yeah,
I
right.
saw Baby Yoda.
Oh, I saw. No, other way. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. It's like a
Oh,
starry,
sweet.
Starry Groku.
starry Grogu. Nice. Nice.
And then I got Star Wars Squadrons.
Nice.
Entertainment nerd said one of them was for a $25 gift card to Starbucks. He's like, that's what, like one drink?
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
Starbucks can be pricey.
yeah, I can.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's overpriced for what you
Yeah.
get, honestly, in my
Too
opinion. But
overpriced.
Exactly. No matter which Starbucks you go, no matter what state you're in.
yeah, Starbucks is an arm and a leg.
That's true. All right. So, I also quickly before we get to damn, I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry. Before we get to rapid fire. Sorry.
It's all right. Brain fart.
Yeah, I'm so fucked up today. Before we get to that, I also have my daughters, which was funny. I'll tell a quick story. So my daughter, my eldest, is working now at Walmart, and I got to witness her for the first time, seeing her first paycheck.
Oh, really?
Yes. She's like, I had
Ah.
$20 in my bank account this morning, and now I got $100. She was so excited.
Nice.
Oh, you guys are like, ooh, money.
Yeah,
After
right?
taxes, of course.
Welcome to the wonderful world of taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that. So I mean,
Nice.
these are our rapid fire links in the description. Which for some sites there's no links in the descriptions, but anyway,
That's all good.
first story was brought to you by Mr. Zhang.
Star Wars outtakes. Yes. It's good to see the classic Star Wars, being a little lighthearted, joking around. I'm like, ooh, outtakes. Let's share this. And it was funny.
So tell us
It
more
was
about
quite fun.
tell us more. Well, I mean, like what did it consist of?
I think it was just saying the wrong lines or just messing up certain scenes, but it was funny. And you see Carrie Fisher, you see Harrison Ford.
I'm sorry. Every blooper with
Peter
Carrie
Dinklage.
Fisher has got to be gold.
Yeah, because she has one heck of a mouth
Oh my God, yes.
and one
even
hell of an attitude.
even at how even as young as she was back then.
They were young. They were in their.
I think she was.
Well, she was the youngest. No, actually,
Yeah.
yeah, she was the youngest. She was in her
she
in
was
her early 20s.
Yeah.
Was she even that old? I thought she was younger than that. I thought she was like
No.
17, 18.
The first Star Wars, she was about 18, 19, maybe.
I don't know. I know she was young.
Yeah, she was.
And Harrison Ford.
And Harrison Ford was in his 30s. So there you go.
Harrison Ford had no business.
All he was
No.
thinking was legal.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. He's like, ooh, legal. Let's.
You know what? Honestly, I think back during that era, they really.
Doorbell. Be right back. Hold on.
They didn't
Be right back.
if it was legal or not.
She was 21 years old, according to MikeNick.com.
Oh, but Entertainment Nerds at 17.
Interesting.
Do you think maybe it's the case of the Mila Kunis, who was only 14 but said she was 18?
Maybe, yeah. Unless maybe she was playing a 17-year-old. I don't know. But according to Mike.com, they're saying that she was 21 when the film.
Oh, yeah. Lies about her age. That's what the Entertainment Nerd said. He said that is exactly it. She lied about her age.
17. Oh, okay. I was kind of close.
So that's what it was. It was a Mila Kunis thing.
Move.
She lied about her age. I could see him do that.
Yeah, I could. And back then, it's one of those things that definitely does happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look how like freaking teenagers look like adults back then. Like now you got now you got adults looking like teenagers. So I guess it's come full circle.
Yeah, it's the exact reverse nowadays.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Oh, there you go. All right, so this one was a pretty cool one. The manager actually saw it before I did.
Yes.
The Mando Light
Show.
Dude, that was
awesome.
So that was spectacular. I mean, I wish that I had the money to do some stuff like that. That's just freaking epic.
I wonder how much time it took to set that up.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how much it cost to set that up.
Well, if you're resourceful and you can do a lot of the stuff yourself, I mean, really, it's just the lights. But I mean,
yeah, to keep put in sync with the Mandalorian music and everything lighted up, accordingly.
Yeah,
that's man. I had chills when I watched that video.
Yeah. And Long, you had this one. What was this about? That Simpsons unreleased video game?
Oh, apparently this was supposed to be a Simpsons game released for the Sega Dreamcast, before it died out, and someone managed to find the source code and release some gameplay and pictures online. I'm like,
very nice.
How could we never heard of this? So much as a diehard fan as you and I were, Ernie.
Damn.
But surprising nonetheless. I have a feeling someone probably leaked it out. Maybe it's just like a 20-minute demo, but it's worth checking out. If anyone has a Dreamcast, like I do, I could probably find the source code and see if it emulated.
I'm gonna jack
I don't know.
that Dreamcast.
I still have mine. But
Red Dead
moving on.
Revival. So we're getting
Yes.
from this article that I had found. We are getting a revival of Red Dead Redemption,
Ooh,
the original one, which is going to release with
Yes.
the DLC that's scheduled to come out. So
very nice.
that is going to
Yeah,
be
it says
that's going to be pretty dope. Which is the first. The game's been out for what, 2 years now?
Red Dead 2? Yeah, about 2
Yeah.
years. Close to 2 years.
2 years, and this is the first time we're getting a DLC for it. So that
Yeah.
game has a lot of life to it. It should be one of those things of, for those that are playing it brand new, where you just go straight from Red Dead 2 to Red Dead 1. That would be, I mean, because that's, sorry if I spoiled it for you, but that's really how it is. You know, it's a prequel.
Yeah.
But that would be dope to see us, see you be able to go from Red Dead 2 to Red Dead 1 and play that entire story. All right, Long, you had this article, which was pretty interesting. Convert a laptop.
Current laptop.
Nintendo Switch.
Yes. Yeah, apparently Genko released an adapter for Switch that if you can't access a TV to play Switch, you connect your Switch with the adapter to your laptop. Then you have to download an app from Genko and to cast the Switch games on your laptop / PC monitor. That's not bad.
No, that's not.
Even though the max resolution for Switch is 720p, but that's all right. That's okay. That's not bad. Even though a lot of us already have HD TV, so we're okay. We're good.
And this one, the
Sega Venus.
The way you said that, can you say that again, but put a P instead of a V?
No, it's okay. I'm not going to. No, don't even think about it.
Well, we already thought about it.
Yeah, we too late.
Yeah, I know.
It's already been
You're not catching me. You're not catching me with my pants down.
I
said it.
Will we?
Oh my God. A Sega Venus.
Really? Tell us more.
Oh, this was.
So do you think they're going to have a Sega Pluto? Neptune?
Actually, that was a code name for one. No, actually, that was a code name for one of the Sega consoles. What was it for?
But
Was it the Saturn?
Have a Sega
No.
Uranus?
Sega Uranus. Oh, he even put it up. Ignore. Not literally, people. Not literally.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh my God.
Oh my God. You jackass.
This is
Hey, speaking of jackasses, I feel like we are some jackasses because we haven't done something in a hot minute.
Oh, that.
Yeah. What was it? We're at.
I think we're 53 or 43.
Yeah. We're
43.
at 43.
43.
We stopped. So,
Yeah.
I think he deserves it. A big fuck you, Astoria crew. 50, 40, 43.
43. 43. Hey, that's my age. Hey now.
Damn, you're old.
OnlyFans and you did not tell me, dog. Damn it, man.
Damn it, man. We're supposed to be in sync. Well, too late.
Sorry, that's my bad. I forgot to. I was supposed to advertise the guys' OnlyFans, so that's my fault. The guys all have OnlyFans. All three of them.
Plastic Woman.
So this was an interesting story. I'll go over this one.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up. So I guess Warner Brothers is coming out with a Plastic Man movie, except he's not a man. He's a woman. So this is interesting how this is going to tie into the DC expanded universe of Plastic Man being a woman. We all know that Plastic Man was a villain. He was like a burglar before anything, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was, but he was like an anti-hero, like.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
he broke it. Like he was a low petty criminal, but then he kind of was like, I can get more attention and credibility and everything.
Yeah, and it's going to be penned by Amanda Idoko. It's already written. Apparently, her script was a comedic action adventure.
Sounds interesting.
See that.
But
could
someone
work.
else is taking over. So we're going to see how this comes out. But that could be interesting. I mean, I prefer Plastic Man over Elongated Man, in my opinion.
And Plastic Man, he was a comedic character. Like he wasn't serious at all. So I think that having it be an action comedy kind of thing fits.
It could work.
Like I feel like it is going to be a little bit more like Shazam, but even a little bit more lighthearted. Oh my god!
No, I don't have OnlyFans.
So this is so. I'm.
Ernie's already going off the rails.
Ernie being in charge of the band.
The feed.
I don't know.
God.
I got to do this more often.
Hey, how come we got the shitty old logo?
Yeah, what's going on?
I just decided to play around with it. We could.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Better. Thank you.
Nice one.
Look, if I'm going to share a spot with the logo, I want nice logo.
Okay, you get the nice logo.
There you go. Right there. Oh, right. There you go.
Breaking news. What's breaking news? Entertainment Nerd. I don't know. Breaking news. Entertainment Nerd just says breaking news.
What's up? Entertainment Nerd?
What is breaking news? Was that, or was the breaking news Long's OnlyFans?
Oh, maybe, but no, just ignore that, people. The only no, I don't.
You can thank Shauna for that one.
Oh my god.
And an Alien comic series at Marvel.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. How can they bring that franchise into comic form?
They can't even get a new sequel, right?
But the last time Aliens was in a comic series was in the Dark Horse comics, right? During the 90s? Maybe?
I believe so.
Yeah, Dark Horse Comics had the license from 20th Century Fox to release Alien comics.
They did AVP, right?
Yes, they did. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's
that was a long time ago. Well, who's this LX Suslick?
What?
Oh no, it's a bot. It's a bot.
Oh man.
It's a bot. Oh come on.
We don't want to buy followers. We're too cheap for that.
Yes, exactly. Entertainment, get out of here with that noise. Thank you.
Fuck you. Get away.
We got bots. Oh, great. Here we go.
It's Entertainment Nerd. He's fucking with us.
I don't know. Nah, highly doubt it.
And then finally, and I'm sorry, we are going so slow at rapid fire.
It's okay.
We're going like
to hiatus. A Valley of Rest. The Valley of Rest. Oh. So I guess apparently Henry Cavill is taking a hiatus after filming season 2 of The Witcher.
He had a whoopsie.
Yeah.
Which will probably delay anything else that he's going to be in.
Yeah.
He had to forced to take hiatus from filming season 2. So, I mean, we're going to probably get you know what? Give us half a season and then you split it up because there's nothing else on TV. It's been done before.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
And it'll work. That, you know, we'll
Didn't they release Rick and Morty like that?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Rick and
just
Morty.
give us, a couple times. And I have a streamer buddy. He's keeping an eye on me.
Oh, really?
Oh. And
He's keeping an eye on me. One eye.
So, so really quick, I have an Amazon wish list for Christmas.
Okay.
And I've had the big giant googly eye on my list for the last few years. Like I cannot go to any store and see googly eyes because then I start shaking them. Like maybe I'll cosplay one year as a big giant googly eye.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
God,
All black and just like from Bleach, but just be one big giant googly eye.
Right.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
That
would be awesome.
For those who don't know, I have a cat who only has one eye, and it has been a running theme that my sister wants me to put a googly eye on my cat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not gonna happen.
Oh, it will. All right.
Not under Shauna's watch.
That's why we tap into her hubs.
No, Hubs is not going to allow that either.
Ooh, well then.
If Hubs definitely won't allow that, he's like, no, don't hurt, don't. He's got anxiety enough as it is.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. So this one was nerd nauseous. This one, the way I've been feeling, I was reading this, and
yeah. Yeah, I saw this.
Nauseous is correct. That's just nasty.
I mean,
thanks.
Are we even sure? Because it's in China, and I'm sorry to insult anybody, but are we even sure that's real spam or Oreos?
I don't know. They said apparently it's not real Oreos. I think it's some other cookie brand, and it did look like spam, but I highly doubt. I highly doubt it's spam. It's more like
it's probably spam.
Yeah, but the Oreos they said it's Oreos, but
Hi hos.
Yeah.
Hi hos. Yeah, I know.
Hi-hos.
Yeah.
The bootleg Oreos.
Yes. It's the Dollar General Oreos.
But dollar store Oreos are the fucking shit though. White and black ones.
I don't know, but something salty and something. I don't know.
I'm a big fan of like chocolate covered pretzels,
right?
That kind of stuff. Chocolate covered potato chips are really good, surprisingly. But spam and Oreo, no.
Yuck.
No.
Yikes. I don't know.
I have to be really.
Oh. Entertainment Nerd said cream betweens. Oh. Nasty.
Oh my God! Funny enough, that was my nickname in high school. Cream between, or you nasty.
You nasty.
You nice.
Oh man! All right. So toys and chat.
Oh,
this is great. All right, this is just great. What are the fans saying though?
Well, G is saying nerd gang. So apparently G is creeping up in the comments.
He is apparently.
Oh shit! Oh, shout out to G. And I'm sorry, I was rude. He's off tonight. We made him take the night off tonight.
Yes, he needs to.
He definitely needed time out.
And G, you need to let me do this more often.
Long. He doesn't want you to let us do this more often.
Excuse me?
No. Too much fun. With these little banners.
Especially so.
Shit.
Oh my God. You know what? With the day that I had this week, I've been piss ass tired. Oh, this is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And this is gonna go right across Long's face.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. You dick.
No, you
yes. Yes.
CG, you let loose a monster and he's uncontrollable already. Oh my God.
With that booty. That was a nice booty. Good job.
Long with his pants down. So long actually, you bastard. One of these.
Yeah, I did.
Fucking asshole.
Dude.
Okay,
I want to
so
know if it's rated for dual combat.
I don't know, but it looked awesome.
It does
I
look
saw the
awesome.
email from Hasbro Pulse. And it says, "Oh, you could get you could buy a replica Darksaber from the Mandalorian." I'm like, "Well, wait a minute." So I went to Hasbro Pulse. The pre-orders right there, $250. It's already sold out on Hasbro Pulse, but you can find it on Big Bad Toy Store, and I think that's it. Or there are Robot Kingdom, but that's also $250. Factoring the shipping from Hong Kong, so that may be like another $100. So the cheapest route would be Big Bad Toy Store because it's only $4 shipping before taxes.
And how the shipping FedEx or UPS or
It depends. They'll have USPS or UPS.
Or
Oh,
never
it might be split.
Anywhere from $4 with flat rate shipping. If you want it from USPS 2-day shipping, that's like $30.
Nice.
Like about $26, $30. It's not too bad.
What else did you get with that?
Oh, I also pre-ordered the reissue Slave 1 with Boba Fett and Han Solo and Carbonite. 3.75-inch minifigures.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate
that
you.
retails for $150.
I really hate you right now. I really hate you.
Pre-orders are still alive on BigBadToyStore.com.
Shit.
Not plugging anything, but just saying.
I can't afford that shit. And this one was the latest.
Waka.
Yeah.
Oh, Pacman. It's
Pacman. Paku.
Yes, that Pacman. What was that about, Long?
Oh, yes. I scrolled earlier. Apparently, there's going to be new Pac-Man related stuff. There's going to be a 3-inch Pac-Man figurine. There's going to be another figurine, another small Pac-Man that goes into a robotic body. And there's another Pac-Man just
have a mech.
I know, just exactly. It's based off Street Fighter Cross Tekken, if anyone play that. Similar to that, but it's going to be all gold, which is sweet. And the third one is going to be a replica of a 3D Pac-Man, but with a small wheel underneath, so he'll go along the ground, eating invisible pellets. If you play it, I also read if you play it long enough, you'll get the mid-level music. You know, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man being chased by the ghosts. I'm like, ooh.
Oh.
Yes.
Since we can't play, we can't afford royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might get a strike for that. But anyway.
That went out the window well long ago.
Yeah.
Right there. We're demonetized just for that.
I know. Whoops. Even like 5 seconds, I'm like, well, there we go.
So, follow us on all all the socials and on social medias and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your daughter says hi. And then says booty O's.
Booty.
And says, that sounds legit. Yes, it does.
Nice. Booty O's. Hi, Jada. What I miss? Am I missing comments? You have to be sure eat enough balls and blow it long enough.
Really, entertainment nerd? Oh my god, this is how low you're gonna go? Oh my god.
Oh my god! And you thought I was bad. You really thought
funny, bro. Funny.
Very, very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts? You guys got? Well, as always, shout outs to Infinite Heroes, our boy Paul over at Infinite Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Big ups to him. Big ups to my boy Sonny at Town and Country Liquor on Route 10 in Plainville. Cheap plug. They just opened up a Hungry Raging Bull Burger Company next door. Shit's fantastic. 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to have a free burger, and I'm a fat boy, so I never turn down free food.
Who wouldn't?
But I'll spill it here. And I'm sorry G couldn't be here, but we might be having an event there. Like, yeah, I was waiting for Shauna to look up. Yeah, they're serious.
What?
They're gonna do a beer tasting where sometime in the new year, a beer tasting. Since the restaurant is open only for pickup, we have a big area where we could space ourselves out and do beer tastings and a show.
Sweet.
And
Even though I don't
eat
drink
food.
beer, but I'm all
What?
for it. The food, yes.
I was just gonna say, like, and I can eat food.
Yeah, and you can eat food.
Live? Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, we'll look out for that. That's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more to come on that. We gotta organize that really well. We'll talk behind the scenes about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do we got next? What do we have?
I kind of want
What's
to get
next?
to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah. So there was a whole bunch of PlayStation and gaming crap, which, you know what? Y'all all seen it. So let's get to the show.
I want to get to the meat and potatoes because I've been sitting on this shit all week long. And I've been dying. So,
Dying.
Can we, first off, spoilers. From here on out, if you have not seen The Mandalorian at any point, especially
Shame on you.
Yes, shame on you, but just stop. Don't go any further. Don't proceed, because we are about to spoil the whole thing for you if you have not caught up. And with that being said, sweet mother baby of God.
Man, the whole season was we go from, we could start wherever you want, but you start with that first episode, dude. It reminds you, they that episode 1, it comes in and he's walking, and it kind of reminds you of the whole plot of the season, of it being a start.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he goes into it's not a bar, it's not a saloon, but he goes into the arena, and it's just him and the child, which we now know is Grogu. And Grogu's been hanging out with Mando long enough, knows what to do, but you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. And
no, bad idea.
Mando won with a knife.
He did. He held his own and just took out all of those thugs.
I just, like, the first episode was really good, and then the next couple of ones were kind of like, they got a little predictable.
Yeah.
But then it went, and I think after
episode 5.
Yeah. Then it
it picked up steam after 5.
Yeah, because with episode 1, you had the meeting of Timothy Oliphant, who was wearing Boba Fett's armor, which he got from some Jawas. Houdini. And it really, the whole season sets up to the last episode. Little hints.
Yes.
Excuse me, because as they do the backstory of Timothy Oliphant's character, whose name just doesn't sit with me right now. I can't recall.
Cobb Vanth, thank you. And he's sitting there in the bar, and they show Death Star 2 blowing up, and it's the "We are free" moment. That's your first Return of the Jedi. Like, that's your second Return of the Jedi. Well, that's the first one, technically. That was the first one. That was the first reference.
The second one is him getting Boba Fett's armor from the Jawas. So now there's 2 references, and it took me to, after watching the final episode a couple of times, to realize you mofos have been really hitting us with, like, episode 6 really had some meaning to it with this episode.
Yes.
And but episode 1 was that first episode of Mando was great. You had all that stuff that happened, the great dragon, he gets the armor, and then there's that mysterious figure at the end who he turns around, and it's Boba
Fett. almost unrecognizable with those scars.
Those scars. Now, for a
Yeah.
while, I thought it could have been like one of the clones, like Rex or something like that, but it was Boba.
That was Boba.
So he survived the Sarlacc pit, which is possible.
Yes.
Him wearing
Yeah.
Beskar.
Yeah. We'll touch up on that regarding Boba Fett towards
in a second. But up until this moment, because of Disney taking over, and George Lucas confirmed years ago that Boba Fett really wasn't a Mandalorian. He was just wearing Mandalorian armor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of like said the F you, but still everybody still regarded Boba Fett as a Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. But up until this time, we're just like, well, he's not a Mandalorian. He just wants his armor.
Technically, he wasn't. Yeah.
Right.
So we skipped to episode 2, and I can't remember what the it was with the frogs and the one where
it was
it was an
it was a frog lady. It was. I'm like,
I mean, that's why I'm like, the next couple it was fucking escort missions.
Well,
it was
the third episode is where we get to meet the Night Owls in Bo-Katan.
Yes.
Yes, I was excited. I'm like, no, that can't be.
Yeah. And Olga, for the first time, because she didn't watch the Clone Wars, like when Bo-Katan, when they showed her, she's like, oh my God, I want that helmet. I'm like, what, the Night Owls? She's like, oh yes, I want that helmet. And my brother-in-law, her brother, is part of the 501st reenactments.
Right.
Part of a Mandalorian.
501st Legion, right?
Yep. And he also does Mandalorian. And he's like, she right away, can you make me a Night Owl's helmet? I'm like, I want one too. those shits are hot. And this is the first appearance of
Bo-Katan in live action.
Bo-Katan in live action. Mm-hmm. And there was an article that was saying that she, took sacks to the face.
She did. Physical hits. Yeah. So practice hits. Well, she hit hits.
Took sacks to the face. But no, it was a good episode. It was the first time that Mando meant anything. So when he met them, they took off their helmets, which is something that Mando is not used to. Never takes off his helmet, and she revealed that you're part of the Watch. The only Watch that it could really be part of is Death Watch, which she's also a splinter from. So there's different Mandalorian factions for those that don't know. But she used to be part of Death Watch, and then she became part of the Night Owls, which were against the Mandalorians, for those that have watched Clone Wars. And she helped get back Mandalore. Her sister was Satine, which was the Duchess of Mandalore, who was killed by Darth Maul.
Actually, Entertainment, don't skip episodes 2 to 4. Watch the whole season straight through. Don't skip anything.
You gotta
just know what you're getting. What you're walking into. To those.
Yeah.
They're
All right. And Ninja Jade. I started screaming at Bo-Katan, and my grandmother came in home like, "What the f?"
Hi, Neela.
Yeah.
And actually, Jada is it's not Jada, it's Neela watching. Oh, look, I got 3 of my kids watching. Look at that.
Jada.
Nice.
Jada, Neela, and Lucy.
Yeah. Hey, Lucy.
Nice.
Wait, no, it says Jada said hi. This is so we got Neela.
I was Neela, Jada, and Lucy.
Yeah, because probably they're both watching together. Or
I think so. Yeah.
Or. But anyway, so you got episode 3, which is pretty epic because now we know we've seen the Darksaber. We didn't know what happened, but now this is putting Bo-Katan in the timeline with Moff Gideon, and she's like, I want my Darksaber back, basically.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like the dun dun dun, but she doesn't tell Mando what he's looking for. Now here's a plot hole, and it's not a plot hole, but that part where he's running up that hallway and he's taking the hits, it makes me think that he has the pure Beskar and everyone else does not.
Right.
Well, no, we know that he has the pure Beskar.
Yeah, but they're Mandalorians and they didn't even run up that hallway, which they could have if they were wearing pure 100% Beskar. So I'm thinking
could have.
That's where my questioning is
because the whole thing was the Darksaber cuts through everything but pure Beskar.
Yes.
But the regular armor, like before Mando had his Beskar armor, his armor still protected him.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part, so they could have gone up that, even without Beskar armor.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but he just took one for the team, and he just ran up there and then flung those grenades.
Yep. Check out all those stormtroopers.
That's just
that's just because of why he needed to be there.
Yeah. And meanwhile, we have
home dude was on a mission.
Yeah. And meanwhile, we have little baby Yoda eating little eggs.
Frog eggs.
Which, well, he didn't eat it in that episode. That was episode 2. Everybody hated him for episode 2 because
there's a lot of backlash.
But you know what? Listen. He's a baby. He didn't know any better, and he was hungry. And he liked the taste of the eggs.
Exactly. And he started eating spiders.
Exactly.
He was like, ooh.
He needed protein.
I mean, seriously.
There you go.
I mean, everybody else eats scrambled eggs, so I don't know why.
Exactly. Hard-boiled eggs. Deviled eggs.
Caviar.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear it. Exactly. I really don't want to hear it.
Like it sucked because there was a couple times where, like, at first he didn't know any better, but then there was a couple times where he was like, "Hey, don't," and he was like, and he was like, "Hey, hey,
no."
But he was just being a kid,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you tell them no, and they wanted even more, like with those damn macaroons, where he was like, "No, these are mine." And he's like, "Oh, but are they really? They're mine now."
And then
he was inspired by Gaston.
Evil little bastard.
No one. Frog eggs like Grogu. Eat spiders like Grogu.
Oh my God, that's great. It's one of those things that, whatever. Let him. I give him a pass on it. I really.
Yeah.
And let's not mention that the Mando ship was in bad shape when he got to that planet anyway.
Yes, Trask. Yeah.
And then at the end of the episode, we have a tracker put on his ship.
Yes.
After he tried getting it repaired. No. Sorry, wrong episode. Or was it?
Episode 6.
No. Yeah. He tried having his ship fixed.
Razor Crest.
The Razor Crest fixed, but he was dealing with Mon Calamaris, so
right. It was sorry, 5.
They're idiots.
Yeah, it's a trap.
That's a trap.
That was the first thing I said when I saw those.
And he was wearing a sweater. Come on, man. That was funny.
I don't know. That was a pretty sweet sweater.
It was.
A nice cape on
for a water-based world.
It was. Yes. It was a very nice sweater. And so that fast forward us, he gets the name of Ahsoka Tano and where to meet her. But I guess, of course, that was episode 3, and then we go to episode 4. Now, episode 4, he goes back to his regular. I don't even know the name of the planet. Navarro, and he meets with Cara Dune, and he meets with Apollo Creed.
Yeah,
Apollo Creed. He will forever be Apollo. Shut up, he's Apollo Creed.
Fine.
That's when the tracker gets put on him.
That's when the tracker gets
that's put it. Yes.
He gets the Razor Crest fix, and this was another kind of a filler, but this is where we see what Moff Gideon's been working on, which is enhanced clones. It's a cloning facility. Mm-hmm. So now we have a cloning facility. We have more hints of, there were some hints of Return of the Jedi, because you had some Rebel Alliance X-Wing fighters along the way. And now you have the cloning facility, which alludes to episode 2, but not only that, episode 9. So they've been dropping hints, and there's other things here and there. But that's pretty much it for the episode. He helps them out. The town's basically cleaned up. Cara Dune becomes a marshal for the New Republic, and then we go to episode 5, which was directed by Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is creator and executive producer and probably director for Clone Wars. Now, I did not know this until seeing the Jon Favreau interview on Good Morning America that Jon Favreau did a voice on Attack on the Clone Wars series. That's
yes,
where
he did.
and that's probably what set this in motion of them becoming friends. And Jon Favreau's a fan of everything nerdy. I would love if you're watching, because you always listen to us, Jon Favreau. If you're listening, please come on the show.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. Yeah.
As much as I try, every time I see him, Jon Favreau, every time, all I can see is, can you blow me where the Panthers are? Or where the Panthers is?
What?
Say it again?
He was, okay, can you blow me where the Panthers is? So he was in a movie called PC way back in the day. George Clinton, Parliament Punk.
Oh, there's no H in his name, Ernie.
Wow.
Anyway.
It was
all right. Anyway.
An old movie, but
how long ago was that movie? How long ago was that movie?
I would probably say 90s.
There we go. Oh.
Late
the
90s.
First thing that comes to mind about Jon Favreau is that movie with him and Swingers. I can see that, that guy down on his luck. He hangs out with one of his best friends. They go to Vegas. He has like $300 in cash with him.
1994.
Oh, wow.
Damn. See, I remember him from Friends.
Huh.
You never watch Friends? Long?
I saw many episodes. I didn't realize he was on the show. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, he was on the show as
I didn't see enough, I guess.
Boyfriend. That's one of the first times that I remember him. If not, we all remember him for this fantastic movie called Daredevil.
Ah, yes. He was in that. Oh, all the irony. I'm like,
yeah.
You mean that piece of
Daredevil? Shut up. It was a good movie. It was a good movie.
It was passable. Yes.
It was a good movie. He played. Foggy. Yeah.
Yes, Foggy. Yes.
That was a good movie. All right, but moving along, Shauna. Episode 5. What were your best moments of episode 5?
Oh boy. The eyes.
Yeah. Oh. The double lightsabers. When she lights the light up her face. God.
I mean, she just comes out of. So there's two parts. So there's two things that really got me for that. Is just how ninja-like she was.
She was.
She just disappeared and just emerged when she needed to be, and she bounced around like a little fucking ping pong. I am no Jedi.
Like, the great thing about it is that she is not a fully trained Jedi.
Right.
No.
That is what makes it all the better, is that she's not fully trained, and that's why her lightsabers are white.
Right.
Yep.
But she's still that skilled.
Yeah.
She was just wrecking shop.
Well, look at who
tore through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at who her master was, though.
Anakin Skywalker.
And the thing about it is, he wasn't even the best lightsaber duelist either. No. He wasn't fully trained either. He was rushed to become a Jedi Knight and a Jedi Master.
Yeah.
And he never really finished his training, because normally a Jedi Knight knows all the forms, and he was just powerful. Backtrack to the previous episode. This is the first time in a long time, and I'm sorry, Shauna, that they bring up the term M count.
Yes.
Which
I remember that.
they're bringing back midichlorians, which was removed by. I mean, that's the only thing that I can think of M count because he has M counts, which is midichlorians. They've never really mentioned it in episode 7, 8, and 9 ever again.
Never.
Everybody was upset about the midichlorian count, but it makes sense in explaining how a Jedi is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the Force. It's just really how much Force count, how many, how strong you are within the Force. It's your power level, which it sets people aside, one Jedi from another. I mean, honestly, that's the only way to really distinguish one Jedi from another. So we heard that term M count, but we go back to episode 5 and back to Shauna.
Sorry, my cat's getting angry.
Mm-mm.
The other thing that I really loved was the whole interaction between Mando finding out Grogu's name and Asano.
Yes.
Tano, the way that she just had this knowing look of, I see. I can't train him, but you can to a way. Like, I still think down the line that he's going to learn and be a very strong force wielder because of his relationship with Mando.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to learn things, control, and he's going to kind of keep Mando's creed along with part of the Jedi creed.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to have this hybrid mentality.
Yeah.
Like that little cartoon that you posted. Was it you? Yeah.
Yeah, it was
you
me.
You shared where he's saying, like, he touches his, the paladin or the paladin, and he's like, it's not impossible. This is the way. So I really feel like,
hey, Mommy Fates,
hey,
late one here. Good to see ya.
Yes. I think because you saw the connection, and went the Rock. He wanted his little toy, and
the little
metal ball, and
episode 6, yes.
And every time Mando said his name, the look of joy
like,
on his face, like
yes,
like
yes, Dad.
You're saying my name. Like, finally, there's that something that he's wanted to communicate to him, but
instead of saying, "Hey, kid," like Grogu.
Right, exactly. He's like he would, he would respond to him, but there was now this new connection where he's like, I know your name, but he still calls him kid every now and then because it's his little pet nickname for him.
Yeah, exactly.
But I felt like that instance where she was like, I can't train him because he's already got a connection with you.
Yeah,
you're gonna need somebody else.
She didn't want to break that bond.
I don't think she could have broken it even.
She couldn't have done it anyway, but
she couldn't have broken it. I think that the only way he would have been able to really train is with a full-fledged
Jedi.
Yeah.
I also think that her one fear is the fact that she knew what happened with her master.
Yes.
And knowing that, it's one of those things that as a Jedi, she doesn't want to go wrong. Her master was bad. She wasn't fully trained as a Jedi, and there's a strong bond, and she felt the fear within Grogu, and she already knows what happens when you have fear.
Mhm.
And so she didn't want to be responsible for training a new youngling or
Right.
Jedi Padawan and train him wrong and end up being even stronger than the guy
Mhm.
that's out there already or
Right.
was out there. And
Yeah.
so that's not a responsibility, but also being force sensitive. She knows that there's other Jedis out there.
Mhm.
She knows that we have Cal Katarn
Yeah.
and Ezra Bridger wherever he is, and all the other Jedi's that are still alive and kicking.
Mhm.
Um, and this is another nod to Episode 6, which there's still one other Jedi that no one ever mentions that's still alive. Actually, two, technically one, which is Luke Skywalker still around,
Mhm.
and then you also have his sister who has yet to be trained.
Yeah.
Based off of the timeline that we're in, which is probably maybe 3, 4, 5 years at most after Return of the Jedi.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's really, she's sensitive, but she hasn't been trained yet.
Yeah. Exactly.
But to Shauna's point is, at the end of season 1, we had it where the armorer told Din Djarin, you are now you are now a Creed of 2,
Yes.
and that's him and the child. They have this strong bond. He's
Yeah.
his foundling.
Right.
Yeah.
And so at this point in time, all this time that he's been traveling with Grogu's been learning the way.
Yep.
There. He's seen him help people. He's seen him have to say goodbye to people, and knowing that goodbye is not the end, but it is the way of life.
Yes. Yep. And Grogu's been around long enough since he was in Coruscant. He must know about the archives and know about the Jedi Mandalorian Wars.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does.
He must also know about the one Mandalorian that carried a lightsaber and where the dark saber came from. And that's probably why we saw him. Well, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
So it ends with Din getting a nice spear made out of Beskar.
Beskar, yep.
And a great fight between Ahsoka and Bruce Lee's
goddaughter.
Yeah.
The magistrate.
And that was a good fight.
Oh, I love that. I love that whole sequence.
It was so good. So good. And what was so good was it was close hand-to-hand combat.
It was.
It wasn't a lot of jumping around. It was just straight hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, grounded combat.
Yeah. And a lot of people for this episode complained about how Ahsoka looked. Rosario Dawson looked at Ahsoka.
She looked perfect.
Well, no, I mean, it was
near perfect.
And you have to realize this is low budget.
Yeah.
But out of this is what in Hollywood they call a backdoor pilot.
Yeah.
This is them seeing how she goes with the fans, and they were going to push it anyway. You don't pay an actress to the caliber of Rosario Dawson, and really not go anywhere with her.
Right.
Those things of you really got to do something with an actress that big, and so during Disney Investor Day, they announced about 9 spin-offs or a total of 9 Star Wars series, which one of them was
Ahsoka
Tano series. And it's going to be one of those things that she's going to get her own series. So now the budget for that is going to be separated from the Mandalorian. Now they're going to have the capability of, they're going to have the opportunity to make her look better and closer to prime material.
So here's the problem. Okay, people were upset because she didn't look like source material. The problem with that notion is the source material was younger version.
Yeah, it was a younger Ahsoka.
She's an adult now. She's not going to look like what she did back then when she was under Anakin.
Yeah.
It's a totally different Tano. she's older. She's going to be more mature. She's going to be more weathered.
Right.
She's battled. She's gone through some shit. You can't. People are saying her voice. She didn't have that same youthful voice. It's like, no shit.
Yeah,
She's not.
she's a lot older.
She's older.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I personally thought that her look was on par for what Ahsoka would look like as an older, Jedi.
Right.
And I think it's really shitty that people were like, no, she didn't look the same, and it should have been the person who did her voice. And I was like, no, it shouldn't have, because she did young Ahsoka's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I agree, and you didn't get to. So I'm going to question this, because you have your Star Wars fans, and you have your old school fans, and then but my question is are all the old school, quote unquote, diehard Star Wars fans watching all the animated series?
Probably not.
I highly doubt it. Probably not.
And I want you guys.
Don't think it's canon.
But it. And I want you guys to discuss that for a second. I'll be right back. Told you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
there we go.
There's, even though, I mean.
Yeah, now they brought
like religiously even after the original movies came out.
Right, exactly.
And so.
And now you throw Ahsoka.
They're canon.
And now they're all as one.
I think there are people who they jump in at different parts of the series, and there's some people who they jumped in during the animated series.
Right, exactly.
That's what they got their feet wet in. That's what they know. So anything.
And that's how the characters were established. Jump in certain points of the season. So
to see an older Ahsoka is different for them.
It was kind of weird. I'm like, wait a minute. A lot of people didn't realize who that was. So I'm like, if you know who Ahsoka Tano was, you need to watch Clone Wars.
Yes.
Then jump back to Mandalorian. I'm like, oh, put the two and two together. I'm like, oh, there's younger Ahsoka. Then there's a significantly older or more mature Ahsoka in Mandalorian.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of the people who only watched the animated.
Right.
They're not thinking of Ahsoka as Osaka.
Ahsoka. I got it.
They don't see her as being older. They only see her as she was
when she was a young Padawan in Clone Wars.
Right. And they just can't separate the fact that this happened long after the animated series, and they're just not breaking off.
And I thought it was strange to bring an animated character to, to the Mandalorian. I'm like,
but they did the same thing with Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan, exactly, same exact thing.
And they need to realize they brought real people into the animated series. It's only fair to take animated people and bring it into a live.
And bring it to an episodic series, right?
Especially because it carries along with the story.
Right, they bring these legacy characters into
It's not
series.
It's just giggles and ha-has.
Right.
Characters were introduced to further the plot.
Right.
They were integral parts of the story. They weren't. There were a couple people, but I don't think that they were in the animated series.
Yeah.
Like fucking Tracy Ullman's character. I don't remember what her name is.
Oh,
not Tracy Ullman. Amy Sedaris.
Been in the last episode.
Yeah, Tracy Ullman. Because that's who she reminds me of too.
She should have. Tracy Ullman's character should have been in the last episode tell you
No, because we know what happened to Nick Nolte. And I miss him. I have spoken.
I have spoken. Yes.
I know, but I just somehow I could see her as being like going straight mama bear.
Oh, mommy face. Oh, she can't keep her eyes open so they can see y'all. Good to see you.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Good night. Stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But that was just me. Like, can we get to the last episode? Towards the last episode.
We're getting there. We're let's see, we're on 6 now.
No, so I mean, I had with that last question that I had, like, and this is where it made me wonder, because you have a lot of people, and I'm not taking any away from the Star Wars diehards, but
yeah,
to really understand everything and going on in Mando, in my opinion, is you have to go beyond the movies. You have to go beyond the books, and they made it so that to really understand what's going on in the Mandalorian, you have to watch all the animated series, which a lot of people don't.
No,
so that's why
yeah.
we were having a matter of fact, we were having a conversation. Olga's uncle called yesterday, and they were talking about the last episode. And when they saw that thing, they're like, "Oh, I know who it is because of that specific color." And I'm like, "But no, he's not the only one still around."
Yeah, there are others.
And I was just like, "There's a lot of others." You see, Order 66 left a lot of Jedis, and according to some of the articles that I read, Yaddle might still be around.
Maybe it's possible.
There's a lot. Like there was an episode of Clone Wars that explained why Anakin was the one, and how he met the father, the daughter, and the son of the Force. They were the original 3. The father had both good, and he was just all embodiment of the Force. His son, his daughter with the light side, his son with the dark side. And Anakin was the only one that could keep the son and the daughter at bay, technically. He was stronger than both of them combined. He was meant to take over the father's role because Anakin was just that powerful with the Force, but Anakin chose not to. So when you have episodes like that, little one-off episodes that mean so much to the whole lore of Star Wars, I just think that you guys out there in Star Wars land need to watch everything, because if you don't, you're gonna watch The Mandalorian, and what has been proven, being written by and helmed by Favreau and Filoni, is that they're gonna throw these little quirks of shit that you know you're not gonna get, unfortunately.
They're not until they catch up and watch the animated series.
And I think that's why they gave us that season 7 of Clone Wars.
Yes. Just to see what happened after. Yeah.
Just to give us, hey, this is what happened with Ahsoka. Oh, and wait, Bo-Katan, she's still around.
Yeah, she was.
And that's really, and it also gives us, because they're not going to be able to avoid this, what happened to Darth Maul, because there's no avoiding that we're going to see Darth Maul in the Obi-Wan series.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
It's going to happen.
It may not be a lot, but it's going to be there.
He might make an appearance, but just I'm going to stop right there before Disney takes any ideas.
Do I have to put on the wig? I'm calling it now.
Do it.
Uncle Blackstradamus is claiming that Darth Maul is going to be in the Obi-Wan series.
He called it first, folks.
Guaranteed. He was in a Solo movie.
Yes.
With Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm serious. We're going to get Darth Maul.
And speaking of Obi-Wan, that's going to cross over with Ahsoka. That's going to cross over with Mandalorian.
Pause.
All right.
Pause. We're going to give that to the fans in a little bit. We're now at episode 5. We're going to episode 6, which
6. Let's jump to 6.
What was 6?
Boba. No, wait, sorry.
No. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Was that
Boba Fett?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was the Boba.
Which was directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Yes.
Surprise to me, but Robert Rodriguez is known for working on low budget. And we know how low budget because y'all seen his movies. So we get Robert Rodriguez, who's directing the episode. We have the Mandalorian Jin, who's going to that planet because Ahsoka Tano told to put Grogu on that stone in the planet so that he can call out to other Jedis if he really wants to go and become trained as a Jedi. She also told him that he was in Coruscant and all this yada yada yada. Anyway, so we get to that. He hobbles all the way to Coruscant at this point because the race is like a piece of shit right now.
Yeah.
He has the spear. He gets to Coruscant. He gets to that planet, to that temple, and he puts Grogu on it. Nothing happens until he turns around and Grogu's now.
And all of a sudden, he's in a force field, and he goes like this, and all of a sudden, he's like this.
He's trying to get him at some point, and he's like, "Nope."
He's like, I'm gonna make this call right now.
Yeah.
1-800 collect.
Force call.
He's like 1-800 collect. So he's sitting there on the stone, and he's embodied by this force shield. And here comes this very, very familiar ship, making a familiar sound. And we all see it, and it's Slave One. And I'm like, goosebumps and goosebumps and tears, because other than episode 5.
Episode 5, yeah.
This is the first time we really see Slave One again.
Since the old school Star Wars movies.
God, that ship is so sexy.
I'm like, no, that can't be. That's Slave One. But where was it all this time for 30-something years?
It was on Tatooine, where he last left it.
That's right. Hidden, hiding, stashed away very well, by the way. Somehow.
So we now know who's coming, and it now lets me know that all right, that was Boba that we saw, and he arrives and he comes off, and Jin notices that he's there, but he's not alone, and that's where it ties back to season 1. Well, guess who saved what's her face?
Fennec Shand.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Boba saved Fennec Shand.
Yeah. When they
if you watch season 1, you just see 2 feet standing over Fennec. I'm like, everyone had so many theories on who that was that saved her.
Yep. Yep.
And that really plays a big factor, because now it's the 2 of them, and all he's telling is, all he says to Mando is, I want my armor.
Yep.
That armor was.
Mando's like, you have to peel off my dead skin. I'm like, oh, okay.
So he's like, oh, I got a sniper
I don't
on.
want your armor. I want my armor.
I want
my armor.
Yeah, and so he's like, give it up. Put your jetpack on. Put your jetpack down.
Ninja Jada is right. The Slave One was probably in plain sight since nobody bothers to check Tatooine. Yeah. Yeah, good point.
True.
But anyway, back to Boba.
So we have Boba, and he's just basically put your jetpack down, or
we'll discuss.
Yeah, basically we're gonna. But before they even get to that, now we have, guess what? We got stormtroopers, because guess what, Jin, the Razor Crest was being followed and had a tracker on it, and up in the sky, we see a helicopter.
Oh yeah. Whoops.
But anyway, so they take care of them, and Mando keeps running up to check on the child, to get the child, to make sure the child's safe, and the shield just keeps knocking Mando out.
Right. Don't do that. Don't interrupt the call, man.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I ain't done yet.
Like, no, I'm not done yet, boss.
Not done yet. And it's like, he's still there. And of course, this one was one that you could call, like, kind of like, All right, this last time that Mando turns around, he's done. And
Yes.
guess what? Mando.
And sure enough, he was done. Then
hold on. So between Mando and what's her face? They
Fennec.
they hold off most of the stormtroopers. In the meantime, Boba decides, oh, there's a Razor Crest. I bet you my armor's on there. So we know where he's heading.
Yeah.
Mando comes back down, and he's about to get his ass handed to him. And pure beauty, Boba in his fucking armor. Like,
I'm like,
I had goosebumps even now talking about it.
yeah, I
Boba
second
in
that.
his rusted armor.
He's back.
Up these stormtroopers like he had little birdies come out of his fucking knee. Like,
I know. But before he got his armor back, when he had his gaffy stick and just destroying those stormtroopers.
He was freaking them.
He was stabbing them, shattering their freaking helmets, blasting them in their stomach. I'm like, oh.
And really, that all in itself showed how badass Boba is.
Yes.
Without the armor, it shows that throughout his life, he's just not a clone. He has learned the way, and he's learned to fight and protect himself. That he doesn't need the armor. Like Boba, fucking badass, and that's why he's everyone's number one Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And then
And then
him and Mando are face to face in the armor. Oh, and let's not forget the little scope that comes down and shoots the ship.
Yeah, and takes out the two ships.
I meant to hit the other one. And then him and Mando have the conversation, and Boba does this and pulls up the encode of his armor, which shows that Jango Fett was a foundling and was raised in the way he was an original Mandalorian. Boba's still a clone, but it doesn't matter because he was raised for a good portion of his life, or young portion of his life, by Jango, which makes him a foundling, and he's embedded into the armor, which retcons what I said earlier, and Boba Fett is a Mandalorian.
That's right.
Thank you, Filoni. Thank you, Favreau. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for bringing all that into the Mandalorian. Great job. Great job.
And like at this point,
this is the way.
You can't go any wrong. And then boom.
Oh, then after that, the Razor Crest.
Oh, no. Back it up.
Back it up.
I just skipped all to.
Wait. Oh,
Grogu gets kidnapped by Dark Troopers.
The Dark Troopers.
The Imperial cruiser that Moff Gideon's in is above with the helicopter flying overhead, and he shoots down and destroys the Razor Crest. Sorry, everybody. I love that shit. But that brings up the question: Slave One versus the Millennium Falcon. And I would love to see the viewers give us their opinions in the chat.
What do you think, guys?
Versus the Millennium Falcon. Which one's better?
Which ship is better?
I like the Millennium Falcon.
I do too, but Slave One has got those ion missiles.
Those ion blast.
And the ion. Like,
oh my! I love that sound effect. Well, we're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead again.
Yes.
We're getting off topic.
So let's focus on 6, then move to 7.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
So here we have now Mando, no ship, no Grogu, and
now he's pissed.
But Boba being a Mandalorian and agreeing to not harm the child as long as he got his armor, said, well, your child's not safe, so I'm gonna hang out with you until you get your child.
And Fennec too.
And Fennec too.
I'm gonna make team up.
Yes, I'm gonna hold up my end of the bargain, and off they go in Slave One. So now Mando has to find where Moff Gideon is, and there's only one person that knows how to find Moff Gideon.
Yep. Well,
and that jumps into episode 7.
Only one person that can get the information.
Right.
Yes.
Which leads us to episode 7.
Right. They
Yes.
have to find Moff Gideon. They just need access to the information.
He needs someone who knows the ins and outs of Moff Gideon.
And
Basically.
that brings us the return of Bill Burr.
Mm-hmm.
Mayfeld.
I'm actually really happy with what they did with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they
gave him,
they gave him
let's
some
just say that
closure.
His origin, yeah, exactly. Just this a continuation of season 1, but more meaningful in a way.
Yes.
They gave his character depth. Is what they
They
did.
did.
Why he doesn't give a fuck, and he said it all in one line. It doesn't matter whether it's the Republic or it's the Empire. Out here, it's just control, and that gave us meaning as to why he was the way he was in the first season.
Exactly.
He just doesn't. He's done.
Yep.
Yeah.
What he's telling us.
He's just like, I don't care. I'm not picking a side because
he was pretty much in the middle.
Yep.
I'm gonna do for me, and that's all that I'm gonna do. And
yeah, I'm gonna do my part, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what's best for me, and he's like, so that I could sleep at night.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this was another one of those good low-lying. It wasn't great, but it was one of those insightful episodes. They're on this planet.
Yeah.
Yes. They got to get to a scanner, and Shauna brought up a good question. They go through some shit now. Mando can't wear his armor; he's got to wear Imperial armor, and
he still hides his face.
Wow.
I'm not gonna go there because continue, Ernie.
Well, no, you go on.
They had to hijack a truck to go deep into Imperial territory. So, so it's Mayfeld, Mando, and Cara Dune.
Yes.
Cara Dune goes in. Fennec is on top somewhere. Huh?
The way they get Cara Dune is she wasn't gonna help, and then he's like, they have the child, and then she's like, oh, okay.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm on board. Let's do this shit.
Let's do it. So, of course, Cara Dune, being a strong arm, just takes out the 2 drivers. They go in the tunnel. Mayfeld changes, complains. Oh, the boots are sticky. Then you see Mandalorian.
Yep.
You see Din Djarin dressed up as a trooper. I'm like, oh, this is classic. And he's lugging his bag with his armor. I'm like, yeah, that's.
And he gives it to Cara.
Yeah, he gives it to Cara. They just drive off like 2 transport troopers, and they get hijacked by pirates with thermal detonators.
I kind of felt like that was.
If you're like, I mean, okay.
It really didn't add anything to the story. Honestly.
It did. It's just that you see, then Mando's like, you know what? I'm gonna take care of these guys, and Mando was getting his ass kicked.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of them. He's not in his regular.
I know.
He didn't have any of his gadgets.
He didn't. None. He just had hand-to-hand combat.
Right. Which I think if he had his Beskar armor, he would have been okay with because it would have had more protection. Because you saw how they were hitting him.
He was getting slugged really hard.
Yeah. It was bending the armor, and that was.
As that was going on, what comes from the Imperial base? 2 TIE fighters.
That was the first time that anyone's ever in Star Wars happy to see TIE fighters.
Yeah.
I know, taking out the pirates. I'm like, oh, it kind of makes sense.
I did not care for that whole sequence. I just felt it was unnecessary.
Yeah, they
in a way, in a way.
It took too long for me. If they were gonna have that sequence with the pirates, again, here I'm gonna go back to Clone Wars. Bring Hondo in. It would have made more sense to have, even though they were kind of his kin, bring, tie it into someone that we know. I'm Hondo, blah blah blah, and that's
it. Yes, Like, it's this random pirates you know nothing about. That's all you see of them. It added
It was just a bunch of
absolutely
unknown
nothing
pirates.
to the
Yeah.
storyline other than having a little bit of tension with the temperature of the
Other Rhydonium.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless Shauna, they're gonna bring him in season 3.
Maybe.
You killed in my pirates and blah 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 blah. But
Yeah.
it's too late for me. It's too late to do that.
But the thing is, though, is they really can't, because the pirates thought they were attacking Imperials, not a Mandalorian.
True.
Right.
So there's no, like, they have no recourse to go after Mando, because they thought they were attacking
the Imperials, and that's
right. Imperial soldiers, Imperial stormtroopers. Right.
You know, it's a one-shot thing, and it's never going to be seen from again.
No,
but let's get to the meat and potatoes.
So then
this goddamn thing that I can't think.
So, real fast forward, Mando takes off his helmet. They find out where
scans his face, finds out where off it is.
So, because Bill doesn't want to scan his face for whatever reason, he doesn't want to go in there because that guy's in there, and Mando takes his helmet off and gets the coordinates.
Yeah.
How does his face work?
I'll do it. I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Everyone's wondering, how did Din Djarin's face get scanned with no trouble at all, getting the information and remove the device?
Because Cara said she can't do it because her face is in the system.
Right. Boba, definitely not. Mayfeld, no.
Boba can't, because Boba's face is all over the place. Every
that's correct. He's a wanted
so it's
man.
in the system, and
Fennec can't, because she's been in the Rebel system also.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, if Din, his face is nowhere, wouldn't it come up as saying unrecognized face?
Right.
You can't access this. You know, how could an unrecognized face access Imperial? You know, you would think that
Imperial,
only someone who's in an Imperial database would be able to access.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So how is his face in the Imperial?
It's not
in an Imperial system. It's not in the database.
It's in neither database.
But
none.
I would think it would have to be, because think about it, okay? If you go and get something scanned and it's in Fifth Element,
right?
It scans Lulu, and they're like, "This is not in any of the database. This is a huge red flag."
Yeah.
So why wasn't a huge red flag saying, "Dude, who is this nobody trying to access an Imperial scan?"
Right. So, something sort of set off, but nothing happened.
So, and this is why I didn't shoot it down earlier, Sean. So, so you're saying that he has, other than this one moment and last season, on other occasions, taken off his helmet for other reasons?
Yes. He's had to have taken off his helmet for something else, but it had to have been Imperial related.
Thank you, Shauna.
Had to be.
I know.
There's no way that he was able to access that scanner and not be in the Imperial database for some reason. And he knew it. Because he was like, "Just give it to me.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah. I'll do it. He was quick about it. He was quick to volunteer and quick willing to take it off when, you know,
when it needed. When he's like, "Okay, it's gonna scan. I gotta do it." And he knew that it was.
If I want to get Grogu, I need to do this.
Right. And he knew that it would be okay. And I gotta say, I appreciate Bill saying, "I saw nothing."
Yeah.
Seriously.
I saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
I didn't see.
I didn't see anything. I got the coordinates.
Yeah. I love it. I love that. Gave him.
Oh, we were offline for a second. Hey.
Are we back on?
Yeah, we all blacked out for a second.
Sorry, I showed my ass.
It's PR. Well, yeah, I guess.
No, but I mean, Shauna's point hits home. He's done it in the past. They've never brought that up. That's not a plot hole. Lucy, you're right, because it is PR in a sense of they want the fans to think, and now we're all going to want to know when he took off his mask.
Right. What other reason? Like, so we know he's taken it off with the robot.
Yeah, IG.
And his reasoning was, I've never let another human see my face, and he's like, but I'm not a human.
I'm not human.
So he found a loophole, and now, this is the second time that he's taken off his mask, but he's taken it off because of the child. So now we're thinking, what other time has he taken his helmet off for a damn good reason?
Or is Boba. So the time between episodes, no one knows what the time frame is, but now he's traveling with Boba.
Right.
Bo-Katan told him, I'm part of the Night Owls, you're part of the Watch.
Mm-hmm.
There's those behind the scene conversations of what are the Night Owls? What's the Watch? Who better to ask than Boba?
Oh.
And Boba's not going to sugarcoat anything.
No,
he's going to tell Mando the truth.
And at this point in time, he respects Boba because he sees Boba as a Mandalorian. He doesn't see it doesn't matter how Boba came to be. He sees him as a Mandalorian.
No, yes.
Respect him.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he have the conversation of what do you know about Mandalore and Mandalore the Great and the Mandalorians and the Watch and the Mandalorian Jedi Wars? Boba Fett's the person that's going to give you all the answers. We don't know what happened on Slave One, but you're not just going to sit there quietly. So, what happened to you all these years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me twiddle my face and travel with you.
Yeah.
No,
you're not going to talk about the weather.
No.
Not that.
So it's that unknown, unheard conversation. And now Jin is hearing, well, most Mandalorians take off their helmets. Some of the planet walks around with no helmets at all. Why are you wearing your helmet? And it's going to make him think. Now he's loyal to a fault.
Mm-hmm.
But it's now meeting the Night Owls, meaning Boba Fett, multiple Mandalorians outside of what you know, that have taken off their helmet without a problem.
And I think also his bond with Grogu is weaseling its way into, because again, you see the times that he's taken it off for around humans. It's because of him. It's there's this drive and this need. It's like, look, if I don't get this information, I'm going to lose him forever.
Yeah.
And that supersedes everything else. And I think that's another reason why he's going to start questioning the creed that he grew up with, and maybe start looking more towards the Night Owls and Boba Fett, because he's like, well, I can't, that there's this newfound, connection that he's not had before. And he's realizing that he's willing, there are some things that are worth bending your rules for.
Yeah.
That I don't think he realized, in the beginning that he would ever have.
Right.
The longer he stays with him, I think the longer he is going to be more flexible with the Mandalorian creed.
Oh, I agree. And that really, damn it, that was episode 6 or 7?
That was 7.
Yeah, because then we get the big one.
Yeah.
Then
the ending where he sends that message.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Basically,
We just basically uses words against Moff.
And the fact, and again, So that last line, he means more to me than you will ever
know.
Oof.
And
He's
that set off Moff. Like,
yeah, and
Mom knew he done fucked up.
yeah, and you had Grogu, who tried it. Now we missed this part, but we'll backtrack a quick second. Grogu fucking around with those stormtroopers,
just
all in his cell,
force throwing them everywhere in their cell
until he has those little mini baby handcuffs put on him, which they must have been special order.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, those were custom.
They'll custom like they have a customs for the Wookiees.
Yeah,
Then when he does basically a double force choke, I'm like, into a hint of the dark side.
And
well, I don't know that it's so much the dark.
Okay, I wouldn't say dark side, more like he could do that.
Yeah, it's
double force choke.
Power. That's how much power he has, and that's.
But he can't control his powers. He can't harness his full potential because he's still a child, and it wears him out a lot easier, a lot faster.
You know, that's where she was afraid. He just got too much power, and if she teach him right, he could fall and use his powers for evil.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
Potential to harm people.
Yeah.
He's got the potential to heal and to save and protect.
Yeah. And control his powers.
Right. So he's gotta, there's not only does he need to be trained to control and to not get weakened by his powers, but also when is appropriate to use certain things and when is not appropriate to use certain things.
Yeah.
Like not to fall in that, don't let your anger be so overwhelmed that you want to hurt someone just because you're angry.
But the message that Din sent to Moff Gideon is kind of you better keep moving. I'm gonna fuck you up when I find you.
I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna hurt you.
And that was just perfect. And just seeing that bust of him coming through the hologram, it's kind of like, oh, he's coming for you. And you're
like when
he's gonna have your head off.
There's a message, and you kind of gotta see this.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He's coming for me.
Yeah, he's coming for you, and you better keep moving. And that brings us to
Ocho.
The greatest episode.
The epitome of season 2, right here.
Like it was a little slow to start. It's like a roller coaster, It's like it kind of had some build up, and it was a little bit like, okay, right,
okay.
And then just as it gets over that crest, it just was like,
oh, okay.
I was not ready.
We're ramping up speed. Yeah. Yep.
Honestly, I think the last 10 minutes is what just killed it. Just absolutely killed it, nailed it. It was fantastic. Loved it.
Oh my god.
Like I'm not gonna lie, I did make the comment that I appreciated the fact that it was just a bunch of women just storming the whole thing to go.
Oh, they wrecked shop, Fennec.
Like they wrecked shit. It was like, the gates open and there was like these women are coming to get the child.
Like
they did all the dirty work, and all of a sudden Mando's like, "Oh, I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna go this way." While they go.
But that was the point, though. That was the whole. So it's one of those things of. Hold on. We gotta.
Yes.
This last episode. Hold on. If we pause it and fast forward, hold on. Holy crap! Come on. All right, well, whatever. I was trying to get the theme song, but anyway.
Oh, the Dark Troopers.
So they developed a scheme that they're going to crash land on the Imperial cruiser.
Oh,
Take everybody by surprise. They know about the Dark Troopers, but they find out that the Dark Troopers. Well, after the kidnapping, first off.
yes.
Dude, we're going to backtrack a second. So when Boba and Mando into that bar, a Mandalorian and a Mandalorian, or a Mandalorian and a clone walking to
Two Mandalorians in a bar.
That shit was right there, and then they meet Bo-Katan and her Sasha Banks, which is what I'm going to call her.
Yes.
She does that hurricane DDT on
Boba. Oh my God.
It's like, anyway, but that was cool. They decided to help because they figured out, if he said, Moff Gideon, and now Bo-Katan, being the idiot that she is not mentioned why she wants Moff Gideon. No. And like Mando doesn't give a crap about anything about the public. He just has
Yeah. He's like, you can take anything you want. You can take the ship. You can have whatever you want.
He's my only priority.
I don't give a shit. I just want the kid.
That's it.
You can have whatever you want. You can drink the milk.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, and Boba Fett doesn't give a crap about it either.
No.
Mm-mm.
He's like, I don't care.
Yeah. I got better things to do, and she kind of insults Boba Fett.
Yeah,
you're not a Mandalorian.
Your father may have been a Mandalorian, but he was just.
But you're not.
Ooh.
That was a low blow.
Way to piss him off.
Mm-hmm.
And that starts a brawl, but they all right. So fast forward, we're back on the ship, and the mission is that Mando has got to, distract. First, number one, stop the Dark Troopers, and number two, get to the child's cell. And meanwhile, everybody else is going to head towards the bridge.
Yes, because that's where they think Moff Gideon is.
Because of but now here's the shit is like anytime I watch an action movie and your gun jams, I'm kind of like, just drop the gun and grab another one.
Right?
And Karen Duke is
like
but that was her good gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And she's like, you know what? Well, I'm not giving up my gun, so I'm just going to use it to smack some people in the head.
Yeah.
So, gold star for ingenuity.
Yeah, and we see why when they get, and they had that nice little like 5-10 second elevator scene where she's just banging the gun and gets it to work. They walk out and it's like,
yes.
Now we understand why you wanted that. And in the meantime, Mando's fighting a Dark Trooper all by himself.
Yes, and he's getting his ass kicked.
Yes. Now,
and his head getting pounded.
Oh my God. Concussion City.
Dunk, dunk. So, even though the best guys are taking any damage, Mando's head's probably rocking in there. Like, ah.
So the manager asked me the question of, were those Dark Troopers made out of Beskar? And I said, the fact that shit's deflecting off of them, yes. The fact that only Beskar can hurt Beskar, maybe. But
I don't know though that Moff Gideon would have used Beskar because he's got the Darksaber as a contingency plan.
But what he oh, you saying not make them? Well, yeah, exactly. But I thought they got to be some hybrid of Beskar.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have to have it in there, but not pure Beskar.
Not pure 100%.
Just enough to protect them.
Right. Yes. But not enough that if he needed to do something, he couldn't hurt.
But
but
that one weak spot.
Oh yeah, they've always all robots have that one weak spot.
Yeah.
So Mando gets him in the head. Hold on 1 second.
Like chunk.
Oh, so Mando gets him in the head, wedges off the Dark Trooper's head off.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
And he heads towards Grogu's cell. And
but before that, when he all those Dark Troopers just fly out of that storage area.
That was a little too easy.
That was
Okay, they're gone for now, but
it's like, okay,
their
you
feet
bought yourself some time, but
exactly.
and then hold on one sec.
All right. Then before he reaches Moff, before reaching Moff, he dispatches 2 stormtroopers.
So
stabs one and
yeah,
break the other's neck. I'm like,
dude, that just
Mando
shows
he was angry.
How determined and pissed he was
yes.
to get to his overall goal. That's all that it was. And
give me my baby back.
I want my baby back.
Baby back.
I want my chilies, broke back ribs. And so he gets to the cell, and who else is there but Moff Gideon?
Obviously, that was
Moff's whole plan. He knew from the get-go something was up, of course.
No. So me and Olga have been saying, if you watch Breaking Bad, that's I love Giancarlo Esposito because it's Gus Fring from Breaking Bad. So here comes the biggest Breaking Bad. We're rolling up the biggest Breaking Bad moment. Gus Fring is smart enough, and so is Moff Gideon is smart enough to be. When he was on the bridge, who did he see get off the ship? Bo-Katan. What do you have? Her sword. Right. What does she want? To kill you and her sword. All right, I'm getting off this bridge, and I know who else is with you. Mando. So I'm going to go for where he's going. Because I
know the story.
Exactly. And so he heads over to where, little baby Grogu is.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him, and he's like, I'm only here for the child. And he's like, well, fine. You can take the child. They have
what I wanted from him.
They have this short little monologue. And you can take the child, just leave my ship.
Yeah, you leave the ship, and that's it.
And we go our separate ways. No, he's
again too easy.
Too easy. Yeah. He knows he can't take on Mando in full Beskar, but he doesn't want to lose his life, and he knows the fact that Mando's saying, "I'm willing to leave." Mando's not going to kill you.
Right.
No.
So you throw a fight. You have a fight with Mando, and the fucking sweetest part, it was Mando takes the spear, kicks it, and it hits Gideon in the head. Like that was greatness of a fight right there. Eventually, Darksaber leaves Moff Gideon's hands, and Mando picks it up, and he's like, "Oh, you're leaving me alive? Oh, I get popcorn. Bring me my popcorn and soda for this one." And this is where, again, I'm going to reiterate why you need to watch Clone Wars, why you need to watch Rebels, because the history of the Darksaber is told multiple times. And watching that, I'm like, oh, that motherfucker, he's going to screw over Bo-Katan like they screwed over Bret Hart in WWF. That's why it's called the Montreal screw job. Because this motherfucker just took it to the next level, and he thought ahead, and he's like, Mando,
he's like,
you're the
going to happen.
Oh, like, too soon? Oh, sorry, entertainment nerd.
He's like, I'm either
I warned you to be spoilers. Yeah.
Or this is going to happen. So he's like, either way, he wins. Either way, he wins. So
either way, his win is not over Mando. His win is over Bo-Katan.
Right.
He doesn't give a fuck about Mando at this point in time.
Exactly.
But now I want to see this screw job because Mando, you obviously don't get it, and he figured
Mando
it out.
Doesn't know because Mando doesn't know the lore of
the Darksaber.
Darksaber.
Well, yeah, and Mandor, because the whole thing, she's like, when she finds, she's like, I need that to rule. And he's
Right,
like,
Mando's like, here. Doesn't work that way.
Fine.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do, but.
And this is where I keep saying, dude, you were stupid to not tell Mando in the beginning for your fear that he was going to do what he's about to do, and that is walk into the bridge, Darksaber fully extended in hand, and I'm like, dude, that's fuck. And Grogu, I'm like, dude, that's dope, because Black Stradom is called at the beginning of the season. Mando was going to be holding the Darksaber.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of last season, I said he's going to get the Darksaber.
Yep.
He did.
And here he is walking into the bridge, and his little swag, because he has that little swag as he's walking in, and he's had the sort of like you would have a 6-gun to the side, you know, like I got my criminal, I got my 6-gun out, and if I need to, I'm gonna blast them. Walking onto the bridge like that, and Bo-Katan's face is just like, what?
What happened?
What happened? Exactly what she said. And he explains it like a child. Yeah, this is what happened. I fought him. I took him, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she says, has no response. And Gus Fring.
But Gus, he's just laughing his ass off. He's like, you don't know. You don't know your own history.
Yep. And here he goes.
Oh, Dragon Ball super dope. Hey.
Oh, what's up, Kyle? Mando screwed Mando.
Literally.
What's up, Kyle?
And you know, this is something that I think it's almost like it's a trope at this point, where you have someone who doesn't trust other people to the point where it's their downfall.
Mm-hmm.
He should have trusted the fact that all Mando wanted was that child.
Yeah.
And he didn't want anything else. He didn't care about anything else. All he wanted was that child. She should have trusted in that.
Mm-hmm.
To tell him why she needed that sword and what ramifications were going to happen.
Yeah.
Like seriously, he did not care of what your cause and why you were grabbing these weapons were.
His only focus was getting Grogu back.
Right.
His only focus was getting Grogu to where he needed to go.
Exactly.
And the fact is that you could have just been like, I need this sword to rule over Mandalore, which he literally told you is a piece of dust. And which Boba Fett told you is a piece of dust. So at this point in time, he has no investment in Mandalore.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So bring him back to me. Don't hurt him. Don't defeat him. Just bring him back.
Right.
And make sure he doesn't get to give you the saber or lose the saber to you.
Right. Exactly.
Whatever means, fight him, but don't fight him with the saber in his hand.
Right.
Even if you got to tie him up, don't beat him.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say, and he's gonna listen because he's the fault.
He's like, fine.
Yeah.
Get to be Grogu back. That's all I give a fuck.
Because to a fault, he's a soldier that follows his orders, but now he's following his emotions. So here we are on the bridge, and guess who comes back? Well, if we remember how they all got Grogu, they got jetpacks on their feet. Right in that little hexagon shape that goes into the heels on the pegs for the toys. That's where where I always imagine the rockets come out of. And here they're coming in a platoon.
The Dark Troopers.
And they're coming in.
Yeah, there must have been at least 100 of them, maybe more.
100. That was like 1,000.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 500. Maybe I'm over exaggerating.
Yeah, at least 400 or 500 easy.
There was a hot minute. Okay.
Yeah, but there was enough that they had the ship secured. They were on. They had their orders to come back, and here they are banging on the door because now they're in trouble.
Yeah,
and they don't know what to do. And Gus is laughing at them because he's like,
ha, ha,
he's
ha,
like,
so
you're all
funny.
gonna die
You're
except
gonna
me,
die,
the
ha,
child.
ha.
It's just gonna be me and the child that lives. And it's one of those things of next thing you know, here comes an X-Wing and we've seen the X-wings all before, so it's kind of
exactly. It's just like, oh, great,
all right. So they
great,
the
one
rebels.
X-wing.
time they're gonna die too.
Mm-hmm.
And a funny thing is Dave Filoni in the episode where they went back to the planet was Cara Dune. The episode before that, where they were on the ice planet, the other X-wing pilot was Dave Filoni. If you didn't know that.
Yep, we know that.
So fast forward anyway. So I'm thinking, it's Dave Filoni and his X-wing. And
30, 40. Maybe more than that, Dragon Ball.
Then you see the cloak.
No, not even that. No,
The cloak.
you see the cloak. You see the cloak, but you see Grogu look at the screen.
Yes.
No, his ears perk up.
And in my watching some of the when he feels something, his ears perk, but the way he looked at the screen was like,
he's like,
I feel a Jedi. So I'm thinking, Ahsoka's flying a fucking X-wing now. All right, it makes sense. Not an A-wing, but she's got something. And then
so you know it's a Jedi.
He's
know it's a Jedi. And then we see the saber come out of his hand. It's green. So we're gonna pause right there because there's other Jedis that have green lightsabers. Cal Katarn and Ezra Bridger,
right,
and probably other ones that we've never seen before. It's not purple, so we know it's not.
It's not Mace.
Jackson.
It's not Sam Jackson. But
it would have been fucking badass. But.
It would have. But then this Jedi is just like no other Jedi but one.
Fucking down.
Only one other Jedi I've seen handle a lightsaber like that, pulling and stabbing and
force pushing,
and the black glove, and then we see the black glove.
Done.
And I'm like, got it.
Only
I knew who it was.
I swear, when Hobbs saw that glove, it was done for him. He was like, oh shit.
The black glove gave it away. The belt buckle gave it away.
Yeah.
And then, so Olga's sitting, and remember, we had a couple of articles about it. So I'm like, done. I already knew who it was the minute I saw. And then the manager's like, damn. When he force squeezed that Dark Trooper, she's like, that's some Vader shit right there. And I'm like,
it is.
And I got this big old smile. And then the next thing you know is the door, silence. We got nothing but silence. And it's kind of like, what are you going to do? Open the door. Open the door.
Yeah. Are you crazy?
Yes. And they open the door and lightsaber out, kind of like Vader at the end of Rogue One. He walks in and we're all waiting and we're like, for those of us that already knew, we already knew. For those of you that
just waiting for the reveal because you knew it was going to be good.
So if you don't know, now you know.
Yep.
He takes off his hood, and I'm like, oh my god, it's fucking Luke Skywalker!
Yeah,
I freaked out.
I was like, you knew it was him. You knew, but to see him. And then R2 comes rolling up, and it's like,
oh, the touching moment.
Hold on. We're we're not there yet. I'm not there yet. But the fact that it's Luke Skywalker.
Oh,
go ahead, Shona.
Can we appreciate when that cloak, when he started mowing down those dark troopers?
Oh,
the look on Moff Gideon's face.
Yes,
he was scared. Moff was scared. He knew that was a Jedi. He knew.
He knew. He was like,
oh, I'm fucked.
I'm done.
Done. So there's been a theory that's been flying around since the first season is that Moff Gideon is force sensitive, not force trained.
Yes.
So he could really know who it is. And we have to remember that Darth Vader has his Inquisitors.
Mm-hmm.
What if Moff Gideon was an Inquisitor for a short time? So
Awesome.
anyway, an Inquisitor upgraded to a Moff, which is possible. But he knew he was like, oh shit, I'm fucked up now.
Yep.
They know that's it, I'm done. And what's he trying to do? Take the cowardly way, goes to shoot himself, and here comes Cara Dune. Knocks him out.
Nah, fuck you.
Knocks him out cold.
So
and then he shoot the baby.
He tried to shoot the baby, and
Mando's like, nope.
So on the bridge we have Bo-Katan, who can't have a darksaber, has no other, has to follow Jin now. No option. And we have Cara Dune with her big ass gun, and Fennec, and we have Boba Fett that's nowhere to be found right now.
No, because
he hightailed it out of there.
He hightailed it.
Oh man, and we missed the episode where he unleashed the ion blast.
Oh yeah, episode 7.
So,
yeah,
but anyway, that's not even big enough. But it's one of those things of now we have Luke on the bridge, and he's telling, he introduces himself, and he's like, "I am a Jedi," and I was waiting for this line like my father before me. I was hoping they would have dropped that line, but all right, I get it. And
yeah, he didn't reveal his name either. So
no, but
everyone knew who it was anyway. So
they knew.
Yeah, of course.
They knew because other than Ahsoka, there was only one other known Jedi, and that was Luke.
Yeah,
and he offered to take Grogu and defend him with his life, as long as Mando Jin gave his okay. And he looked over to him, and they had this most heartfelt moment. Oh my God!
No, it wasn't. He was like, "Go on, he's going to help you," and he's like, "He's waiting for you to tell him it's okay."
Yeah, he's like,
and then he took his hat off, his helmet off, so that he could see him face to face.
For the first time.
For the first time. And he did his little hand touch his
face. Like, and then teared up.
Dude, I think everybody teared up.
Yeah, me too.
The writing for
I'm
that episode.
I'm getting chills right now as we speak. So
the writing for that one episode was just fantastic.
Yeah.
And then here comes wheeling out, because you can't have Luke without R2D2.
No.
And R2 has a
interacting with Grogu.
Like, oh my God. Now we're gonna have figures. We're gonna have popcat figures of Grogu and R2 now.
Guaranteed.
But
R2 was happy to see Grogu. He was like, oh wait a minute, I've seen your kind before.
Oh wait a minute, I freed you. That's because the two freed Grogu, and it's one of those things of now everybody wants to know. But it was spectacular, and then Luke takes off.
Yep.
And
he waddles over, and he's like, "Okay, you can pick me up.
I trust you. Let's go."
It was one of those, gut wrenching heart.
Yeah, like that was hard to watch.
It was.
I'm shocked. I was not expecting that.
No.
Then,
And I think right there, that's, seeing Luke leave. He doesn't identify himself. They take off. That's it. That's the end of the episode for the most part. And
then the post-credits scene.
Hold on, but it leaves you wondering of, where we're going, because now Din has the darksaber on his belt. And Grogu, and he promised that him and Grogu will see they will see each other again. And you have Cara Dune, who's now taken Moff Gideon because he was former Imperial, intel. So now he's got a lot of intel that's going to be important to the
extracted.
Well, she was saying the bounty on his head, so she wants money out of it.
Of course she does.
And we have Bo-Katan, who has her finger stuck up her butt because she does not know what to do. And it's really, Luke just tore those fucking Dark Troopers
like, he's cutting through them like butter.
But then we go through the credits, and The ending credits are always great to watch. It shows you the storyboards, but then it pans out.
Yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot of storyboards.
No, there really wasn't, because it pans out, and then we get to a familiar location, which for a lot of people that don't know, Jabba's palace, and we have that fucktard. I can't remember his name, and
Bib Fortuna.
Yes, Bib Fortuna there in Jabba's chair, talking like my father-in-law. And
with a
first
white slave Leia attached.
And then here we have walk in, and where Fennec goes, so does Boba now.
Yeah.
Boba walks up. Oh, Boba, we thought you were dead. Wow. Oh, mother. And now Fennec was starting to get to, I mean, not Fennec, but Bib Fortuna was starting to get to the side of a hut anyway.
Yeah, he was. He was like bloated.
Yeah. But, it was one of those things. And then we see Boba sit down
it's like,
Jabba's chair,
bitch.
Which we've never really seen what Jabba's chair looks like. But...
Entertainment Nerd said you have to go back to his day job at Los Pollos Hermanos.
But then, he's sitting there with Fennec in the background, and they reveal
drinking that blue something.
She just kind of like sat there.
She's like,
and he's sitting there. He puts his gun down, and he's just like,
yep.
And they reveal a 10th or 11th Star Wars series, Star Wars: The Book of Boba Fett.
The Book of Boba.
Yeah,
The Book of Boba.
And I'm just thinking to myself, finally.
That was rumored for years.
It has, but so a couple of days later, I think it was Monday or that very Saturday, Mark Hamill posted on Twitter, seen anything interesting on TV?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my.
What did he say? He said loose lip. He's like keeping this under wraps for a year.
Yes.
He's like loose lip sink shits. That had to have been the greatest secret ever fucking kept.
Yeah. Like they did this last year.
Yeah. They knew.
So and no one's answered. Have the other actors and actresses known, or was this kind of similar to like the Ezra Miller on Infinite Crisis showing up with Barry Allen from CW Flash, where no one knew except for the two actors and the people that shot it? But I'm sorry, Shauna.
No, I was gonna say like if they knew that, I don't know. I honestly, because haven't there been other ones where the final scenes nobody knew until the day of?
I think like Game of Thrones or Sopranos.
Yeah,
no one knows. No one knows. Yeah.
No one got the last few pages of the script until the very, very end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that as happening if nobody knew, because honestly, I think that would probably be the only way that somebody couldn't.
But the fact that you have this one actor and two actors, really, because he was more of the face CGI'd on the stunt double and his voice. Mm-hmm. So two actors that have known this, and really, you don't have to tell the other guy who you're playing. So really, it falls down to Mark Hamill and Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and whoever filmed it, and they not tell a damn word about this for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, what else are you keeping from us that we don't know?
Exactly. It was so secretive.
Well, yeah, the fact that they kept the Book of Fett a secret because they had the investor call, and they kept that for themselves, and they really and when Jon Favreau was on Good Morning America, he's like, yeah, well, that's being directed by Robert Rodriguez. Book of Fett is being directed by Robert Rodriguez, and the Ahsoka series is being handled by Dave Filoni. And the
Of
Boba
course.
Fett is going to come next year in December, followed by the Mandalorian season 3. Not to mention where everything else in the Star Wars universe of series is going to be placed. So with this ending of season 2, it's now bridged us really through the sequel trilogies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of my biggest questions was, and a lot of people, was Grogu killed by Ben Skywalker? Kylo Ren.
I've read theories that the answer is no.
The answer should be no.
Correct.
Well, it should be for a regular Jedi.
Yeah.
Grogu's not a regular Jedi.
Right.
He doesn't age.
I don't think he was going to be at the temple. I think at that point he's back with Mando.
With Mando.
Maybe.
I think
If they, jump ahead to the timeline.
No, they don't need to jump ahead. So the rumors have been there's going to be a time skip. There's going to be another rumor, and this is a strong rumor, and of a Luke Skywalker series coming out, which will probably give us more Grogu, because if you don't have Grogu, you can't. My opinion is you can't time skip the Mandalorian.
No.
You need to give us another series of Mando alone. Why? Because you want Grogu back.
Yeah.
But you want people to watch your young Skywalker or Skywalker post Return of the Jedi. So you have Grogu there. But the confirmation is that with most of the Disney series that are coming out there, it's going to be a big giant crossover, which will equivalent a movie most likely. Yay, because this is better. This is better than the prequel, than the sequel trilogies at this point in time. So this is my opinion, and I've stated this from the very beginning. Dave Filoni, John Favreau take over and take Kathleen Kennedy's job.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Because she screwed us over. They are going to undo and redo what needs to be done.
Yeah.
At this point, there's time travel and alternate universes within Star Wars that they could tap into.
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka's going to go looking for Ezra Bridger, along with Sabine Wren.
Yeah.
So we're going to get another Mandalorian out of the Ahsoka series because, we even missed the whole part that she's looking for Grand Emperor,
Thrawn.
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's just so much shit. Like the Dark
There's so much to absorb.
There are so many breadcrumbs left to go down so many different trails.
Like Dark Troopers originated with Cal Katarn and Jedi Outcast. But they were the original Dark Troopers that were still part human.
Yeah.
Yes. And they weren't. They took that element out.
Yes. So where's Cal Katarn? And by now, he started with green. By now, he should have blue lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, there's just so much untapped.
I know.
That 11 series is not going to cut it. That's 11 confirmed series, not even confirming like the mini series like Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So we're going to, for the next 5-6 years, we don't need to go to a movie theater.
No.
We got Disney Plus and Star Wars Plus is what I'm labeling it now.
So this is where DC and Marvel could really, really take their cue from. They introduced so many characters in a way that opens a door to lead down a path for their own series to continue. But then those individuals can come back around and intertwine, and like you can just have this constant waves of solo combined, just so much content.
I mean,
There's so much that they can do with this now. Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, Mando, Luke, Grogu, all of them. They can all have their own individuals, but then come together because they are tied together because of the Mandalorian.
yeah. I mean, so we have Star Wars Rogue Squadron being helmed by Patty Jenkins coming in 2023. And we don't, not even to mention Taika Waititi's Star Wars movies, which at this point in time it's 2025. I don't even know what that is. Rian Johnson
Maybe.
new Star Wars movie trilogy, which I don't give a crap. Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie.
Kevin Feige, yeah.
Like they are so like stop with it, and because here's what's confirmed, and here's what we know we're gonna get. Mando season 3, Book of Boba Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Rogue One spinoff called Andor. And they showed part of that. That's almost done.
Yeah.
And that and K2SO is gonna be in it. So and you're gonna have you're gonna have another animated based off of Bad Batch, which was and here's again why you need to watch the animated series. Bad Batch are those rejects of the clones that actually benefited because their rejects gave them strengths. Ahsoka, Rangers of the New Republic.
Yes.
This one's gonna be dope, and I think I'm gonna be wearing my cape for it. Lando.
Yeah. Who do you think is going to be Lando?
Both.
No, who do you think? No, I think it's gonna be Donald. I think it's gonna be Donald. No, Donald Glover.
Both. Why not?
Yeah.
Donald Glover and Lando and
Billy D.
Billy D. Oh, you mean past and present?
Entertainment nerd is he's dipping out. He's not feeling too well, so
okay.
Hope you feel better.
All right, Entertainment nerd, take care. Thanks for joining us in the stream.
So I think with that, I mean, I we got a lot of series coming, and it's listen, just look it up. Oh, A Droid Story, Star Wars Vision.
Yeah,
I'm not going to keep going on and on and on. You got to do your research, but I'm going to be, in all honesty, do your research and watch the animated series. You may think they're stupid, but
it's worth watching.
They backfill for the stuff that you didn't know happened. Like if you watch episode, it
makes things make sense.
Like it explains why Grievous can't breathe. It explains why Anakin has the scar on his eye from episode 2 to episode 3. Right there in itself, that explains a lot. It explains why we don't see Ahsoka in episode 3 because she was gone. It explains a lot that wasn't totally explained. It explains why, and this is a big one, why Obi-Wan never ratted out on Anakin for having a wife. He knew from the beginning, but Obi-Wan was in love with Duchess Satine himself. And if Anakin could get away with it, he would let Anakin do whatever he needed to do because he was the chosen one. And if the chosen one, at the end of the day, Obi-Wan always kissed Anakin's ass to an extent. And if I need to keep the chosen one happy and not rat out his marriage, I will not. But there's the rumors of Yoda and Yaddle, and maybe Yoda did know as well. But Yoda, again, he's the chosen one. Now, had Mace Windu found out about it, that's a whole different story. Motherfucker, get out of my Jedi temple.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of that is because he was in love, he was kind of holding on to that hope that if he could maintain that, you know what I mean? Like if he could walk that line of being a Jedi and still having that attachment, that he could too. that it would give him hope that he would be able to do, move on with his life, kind of act on it.
Exactly.
But then Anakin done did what Anakin done did.
He did nothing. He just killed a bunch of children that got in his way.
He's like, "Oh, kids." Shh.
No, that was Ben.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Same
Ben's the
thing
one
with
that
Ben
slaughtered
Kenobi.
everybody,
Yeah.
not Anakin.
All right, so we're at 2:20 for the night.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna call it a night. This was a good show. We needed to
It
get
was.
So we needed to get this show off our chest since the first episode. We've been holding on to this tight, dearly to our chest, and it's been great to talk this over with you guys, fans.
Yes. I'm
Whether you
still so salty about the fact that they left me hanging on why his fucking face worked on the goddamn. Sorry. I want to know why his face worked. Now I have to wait.
2 years. 2 years, Shauna.
A year and change.
2022.
No, they're gonna make me.
They're saying early 2022.
They're gonna make me wait.
They're gonna make it wait.
I think probably January or February 2022.
So Favreau accidentally said that that Mandalorian season 3 is coming out December, Christmas of 2021. But I think that's going to be Boba Fett coming out.
Boba Fett first, and Mando season 3 right after that.
Boba Fett first, and then Mando season 3 is going to follow right after.
Mm-hmm.
So that means we're going to get Obi-Wan right before, from September to December.
Yes, I think it's going to be Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Mando season 3.
I'm kind of spoiled because I need my Boba in the winter, in the fall. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting with what Disney Plus, like, we're getting.
Thanks,
Marvel.
Thanks, Dragon. Yep. Thanks, Dragon Ball. Nice job, guys. Super dope. Happy New Year to you. All cross over again soon.
Yes, we need to do one soon. We're getting the Scarlet Witch series coming pretty soon in a couple of weeks, but I'm not excited. All right, so I'm gonna call it a night. What about you guys?
I second that.
I third that.
All right, so
I think the fans are satisfied with Mandalorian season 2. So are we.
So am I. I mean, for all our other articles, please check us out. Nerd News Happy Hour on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter. We're more active on Twitter than anything else, but follow us there. You'll see all our articles, the stuff that we didn't get to today because this was more important. Again, big shout outs to Infinite Heroes in Waterbury, Paul, and Discount Liquors on Route 10 in Plainville. But shout outs to super fans out there like the manager and people that join us, Entertainment Nerd, Mommy Fate, and Dragon Ball Super Dope, along with everybody else that watches, Ninja Jade and
your daughters.
Yeah, those butt chin cleft chins. I love you girls. Butt chins. Love you. Spread like butter nose.
They're gonna kill you later, man.
I don't give a crap at this point.
I know you don't.
To the one-eyed kitty with the googly eye.
Mew.
No, that was the cat that Long had for dinner.
Hey.
But no, seriously, to all the fans out there, we want to wish you. Now, let's rewind this. To all the fans out there, number one, we want to make sure that you are safely socially distancing out there, making sure that you are safe and keeping others around you safe. Make sure you wear a mask. And I don't give a crap what you think about it, but wear a mask and keep yourself safe. I'm about to go on a mask rant.
And get tested regularly, please.
No, you don't need to get tested regularly. Just make sure you wear a mask. No, not in Connecticut.
Well, New York, it's yeah. Anyway, it's
Well,
mandatory.
just only in New York or wherever. If it's mandatory, get tested mandatory.
Yes, exactly. Regardless.
But just make sure that you keep those that you love and those around you safe. That's all I'm asking for this holiday season. There is, because y'all motherfuckers can't stay home. There ain't no rocking New Year's Eve with,
Ryan Seacrest
this year,
it's
because
gonna be virtual this year.
because they couldn't trust you to stay home. You know what that means? There's not going to be a ball dropping this year in New Year's Eve.
Yeah, y'all screwed it up for everybody else.
Stay home. Keep people safe. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Happy Kwanzaa. Today's the first day of Kwanzaa, so celebrate.
Yeah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah. We missed that by a few days. We got it last time. But
yes,
just make sure you keep you and your loved ones safe. Wear a mask. Sanitize. Wash your ass. Wash your hands. Use tissue tape paper. Long use tissue tape paper for tissue time. No, seriously, you don't want to get that on the ceiling and it dropping on someone's face.
Oh Christ.
Nah, seriously, but from all of us
To all of you.
to all of you, drink up, bitches.
Drink up, bitches.
And Feliz Navidad.
Woo!
Festivus.
Merry Festivus.
Merry Festivus.